And good morning, and welcome to the Real Prosperity Project. My name is Tanisha Tearing, and this is,
Suzan Smith.
yeah, she's back. She's back, and we love to have her smiling face. We're so excited to have her here as another guest speaker, or as a guest speaker, day number two.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Part
so
two. Part
here,
two.
number two.
We didn't know we were doing a part two, but we're part two.
Part two. Yep. So here on the Real Prosperity Project, we are here to talk about real life. We're here to talk about mindset and how to find the positivity in your day to day. Because if we can help you foster an abundant mindset and a prosperity mindset, then you can go out and help others do the same. And so that's what we're all about here. And that actually kind of leads us into our topic ish of the day. We just thought, man, we'll just have a conversation and talk a little bit about manifestation because it is super powerful right now um, for a lot of people who are tuned into it. So let's talk. Let's
Yeah,
talk.
awesome, awesome, awesome. Personally, I like to call it creation
Hmm.
because we are creators.
Hmm.
The word manifestation to me is more like a wish. It's not a statement.
Mm. Right.
I've programmed and trained myself into that. No, I am creating, right? Because that is putting that. No, I'm just doing that. Whereas to me, the whole manifestation is, oh, I wish. I don't know. I heard a gentleman talk about that, and I was like, that totally makes sense to me. That made sense.
Actually, pardon me, I'm also healing from a cold. So if I get a little
Mhm.
coffee, I apologize. But that makes a ton of sense
Mhm.
because you're right. Creation versus manifestation is almost like a wish versus, hey, I'm thinking it,
Yeah.
I'm creating it. Results are an action and an intention.
Hmm.
So when you're creating an intention and creating an action to go with it, that is going to get you to that result. So
Yeah.
that's actually a lot more powerful. I
Yeah.
love that.
I mean, in the beginning of the time, they called him the creator, so we're creators too,
Yeah, because
right?
we're connected.
We're all connected, yes.
Actually, that's not to get biblical, but that is actually a part of the Bible. God is in us and all around us, and we are created in his image. I can't remember the exact verse, and please do not come at me for that. I'm just saying that those were parts that I learned when I was growing up.
Yeah.
Um, and that's true. So wouldn't that stand to say that we are also able to create
Yes.
our reality,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
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 And speaking of which, I have the I have the craziest example. And I was just joking yesterday when I said this, by the way, and this is an example of creation. Because here I was, you know, in the kitchen cleaning up and my dad was visiting and my husband was in the kitchen and I said, "Man, with like the cost of groceries and the cost of red meat, like I'm about this close to just go and smoke a deer with my car and tuck it in the trunk, and just like pretend it never happened." I said that might be cheaper to fix the car than buy the meat.
Maybe.
And it was just purely a joke. Don't come at me for that either. But it came to fruition this morning on my way driving my son to school because on the way to school, this deer comes bounding out of the ditch right in front of me. Thankfully, I stopped. I did not hit the deer. Um, and I was like, ah! And Jackson's in the back seat, and my phone was on the center console beside me, like just laying there. And it goes
Mhm.
flying across the car, and he goes, "Well, better your phone goes flying than us hitting a deer." And I said, "Yeah, you're right, buddy." Yeah. So then I go and I drop him off at school and I'm coming back to town and I'm coming around that same corner in that exact same spot and here comes that same freaking deer bounding across the other ditch and up into the road. But this time, and I did slam on my brakes again to try to avoid this freaking deer. And this time though, it as I slammed on my brakes, I hit my hazards because I had someone right behind me. And the deer jumps around my car and jumps in between me and the other car. Like it was just insane. Same deer, same exact spot, twice. And I was like, wow, I got to be careful what I say.
Yeah, you do. But yeah,
Because gosh darn it, I was legitimately just joking. Like there was no intent or seriousness in that joke, but our minds don't understand the difference between a joke and reality and what we actually want.
no, it doesn't at all. That's yeah, what you think about, you bring about. Yeah, yeah.
And I was legitimately just joking, but it was so real. And I was like, are you kidding me? I got to be careful what I say. A, and B, I need to start thinking more positively because I need to put that work into other great things, not into
Yeah,
silly jokes.
no, no. Well, feeding your family is an important thing though, but there are, better ways to do it.
There's much better ways to do it. I was just comparing the cost of food prices to the cost of
Hmm.
fixing a car,
Oh, I know.
and it was just insane how that happened this morning. And you know something interesting that my husband brought up last night is grab avoid codes. And I don't know if any of our listeners have ever looked into those, but that is cool. Have you ever looked into that, Susie?
No, I haven't actually.
No.
No.
Okay, so grab avoid codes are like apparently these cheat codes
Hmm.
and numbers. Everything is numbers. And if you look back in history, I may be quoting this wrong, but basically Tesla said that if you
Hmm.
want to look into, or if you want the key to the universe, you have to think of term in terms of energy and frequency,
Frequency. Yeah.
right? And one of them, it was either Albert Einstein or him, said the key to the universe is also thinking in terms of numbers, 3, 6, and 9,
3, 6, and 9s.
right?
Yeah.
Right. And so these grab avoid codes go in more depth into these cheat codes
Mm-hmm.
for energy and frequency. And so Garrett was explaining to me one for abundance, and it's I'm gonna look it up. Just give me 1 second. The the abundance one, grab avoid cheat codes. Yeah. Okay. So general career growth, for example, is 44155.
Hmm.
So it's implying that like through this number or sequence of numbers, if you're focused on that and you're passionate about that, again, where is your energy going? Where is your frequency going? It's going into
Hmm.
focusing on career growth. So if you focus on this number, this cheat code, it's it's there to train your brain to focus on that, right?
Yeah.
So it says visualizing and chanting, focus on the number sequence and your intent. Chanting or singing them to release their vibration, right? There's
Yeah.
also water activation, writing and tracing, daily exposure, and grab avoid codes or cheat codes to the universe are specific numerical sequences created by Grigory Grabovoi, designed to manifest desired outcomes such as wealth, love, or health by aligning with specific energy and frequencies. And he came across a video talking about the CIA releasing documents on them, and
Hmm.
that's what got him started. But yeah, and
Wow.
it's cool that when you focus on something, what happens, right?
Yeah. Yeah. What you focus on grows, and what you starve dies, right?
Hmm.
And I mean, that goes to anything,
Hmm.
physically or energetically, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's pretty interesting. I'll have to check those out.
Yeah. And I encourage our listeners to check it out too, because it all comes down to that creation. And if
Hmm.
you want to create something different in your life, it really comes down to where you're focused and what your mindset is at. And my massage therapist actually told me a quote this morning, and she goes, I heard this quote and I thought of you instantly. And the quote is, if you want something you've never had, um then you must be willing to do something that you've never done.
Never done. Yeah.
Pardon me. Sorry about that, guys. We
Yeah.
might have to cut out the coughing.
It's all right. That's real. It is the
Yeah,
real. It is the real prosperity project. No.
it is. And I've never edited before. So maybe you guys just get my raw coughing.
There you go. Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's real.
Yeah.
Nothing fake here.
Nope.
Mhm.
I think last week we talked about intuition, right?
Yes, we did.
We did.
Yeah.
And what do you think that the correlation between intuition and creation is?
Oh, well, that's the whole tapping in and getting the lines going. This is about tapping in. I mean, because our intuition is actually a connection to the greater consciousness, right? I mean, I look at us as we're just like little digits in a computer connected to the mainframe of the greater consciousness, and we filter everything from there. So if your connection is strong to that, then you can bring anything in, anything,
Right. Right.
and it should all be positive. Like you really need to be careful of how we think. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's like when you wake up in the morning and you think, oh, what a shitty day. You can guarantee you're going to have a shitty day. But if you wake up in the morning and think, wow, what a beautiful day, even when it's raining or whatever, it's amazing how the day can just shift and go in alignment in a
Yeah.
positive way.
Oh, 110%. I actually watched um it was one of those reels where it's like, if you want to change your life, watch this really
Hmm.
quick. And it was this gentleman, and it was in a black and white video, and uh he said people walk around and you ask them how they're doing and they say, "Oh, I'm all right," or "Not too bad." And he said, then he got really passionate. He goes, "What the is that supposed to mean?
Hmm.
I'm not too bad. Are you kidding me? Are you good or are you bad?" He's like, "We need to stop answering with this answer.
Hmm.
You need to
Yeah,
say, I'm excellent. I'm fantastic. I'm doing freaking amazing. Thank you for asking."
yeah,
Because when you answer with that much enthusiasm and that much joy for living your life, it has no choice but to follow,
yeah. That's right.
right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so, like, why are we answering with these all right, I don't know, I'm okay, I guess,
I think it's
answers?
because they don't really know how to answer.
Yeah. Are you good or are you bad?
Oh,
Are you
fabulous.
sad?
I'm fabulous. Everything's going great. It's a miracle. It's a beautiful day, right?
Yeah.
Even if it
Yeah.
isn't,
Mm-hmm.
even if it
Boy,
isn't,
oh boy, have I had
because
some challenges with mornings like that.
yeah, that's a tough one. That is a tough one.
Yeah.
It's hard. It,
Yeah.
it's, but you have to really get into yourself to get that, right? You know, you need to
Mm-hmm.
get inside and get in your heart space and really love and care about who you are as a person first
Mm-hmm.
before, and then when that connection is strong with your inner being, your outer connections will be way more powerful, way more powerful.
Yes. Yes. So, actually, for our listeners, because you've done a lot of work to love yourself, to learn to be in that place. You've had to overcome quite a few things in your life.
Hmm.
So, what are some things tangibly that someone starting from zero who, has a lot of insecurities and lack of confidence and doesn't love themselves, hasn't done any of this work, where would you tell them to start? What's the first thing that they could do? Just one or two things that could get them on the right track.
I would say first thing first, which is the toughest one, is to just get right up close in the mirror and look yourself in the eye and to get comfortable with telling yourself that you love you. I love you. I really love you.
To yourself.
Yeah, to yourself. But you got to get right close to the mirror so that you're literally just looking in your own eyes deep and say, I love you. And it takes a bit. That's tough. That's a tough one.
Yeah,
But
I've done it.
once you can do that one, then it just seems that the acceptance is there for everything else, right? It just domino effects after that.
Right.
But yeah, like if you can't love yourself for who you are, and everything, then you're
Hmm.
going to have troubles everywhere.
Yeah, I think that's actually a huge problem in today's society is that there is not enough self-love. There's not enough comfort in being alone. There's not enough. We have this overstimulating society with all of this availability to have that external validation that I feel like we're so connected to others' opinions
Mm-hmm.
and I am definitely guilty of this,
Mm-hmm.
is I need external gratification. So many times I've sat with a decision or sat with something and I have to make 3 or 4 phone calls because I feel like I can't make that decision for myself because what if it's the wrong decision? What if I need help, And so there's been many times that I've done that. And so I'm victim to that too, or not victim to that. I'm guilty of that. Victim was the wrong word. Um but I feel like we need to learn to love ourselves and to be able to sit in things ourselves and
Yeah.
like those choices that we make
Mm-hmm.
because we do have choice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I feel how society has trained us for that outside gratification is all part of programming to keep us from being connected to ourselves and knowing how powerful we really are.
Mm.
Because if you can't, if people aren't getting into that self space, into that inner self, then they're not they're not able to find that out there, right? And it just keeps you looking. You're just looking, 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 constantly looking, and the set and it's right here. It's been here all along.
Yeah.
It's within you all along. The
Hmm.
power and the control and the ability to make greatness happen. It's right
Mm.
here. It starts right here.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
Yeah.
It does. And it is, I will second what Susie says. It is very difficult to look yourself in the mirror at first and
Hmm.
tell yourself that you love you.
I quit smoking that way.
Did you?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
I got right in the mirror, right in there, and was like, you are not smoking anymore. You do not want to smoke. And I just talked myself and I did that late at night. It was late at night. And literally the next day I did not even want one. And I haven't
Really?
touched a cigarette since.
That's cool.
Yeah. But
That's really cool.
I got right in my own face and told myself, you are a non smoker and you are not smoking anymore and it is not healthy for you. Just give it all the ugly that it has. And it's, yeah, it's programming, I guess, right? Because I mean, the smoking is programming too, right? The need for what they put in them and everything else,
Yeah.
right? Or
Yeah.
just the acceptance. Oh, you think you're cool? Like it's not cool. It's the ugliest thing ever.
Yeah. Smoking is gross.
Yeah.
I was a smoker for many, many years. I started smoking when I was 11 years old.
Mm.
I
Yeah,
started
we
stealing
were pretty
cigarettes
young
from my
too.
friends. And I smoked until on and off. I did quit on and off, especially when I was
Mm.
pregnant. I'd quit. Um, and then my mom passed away in 2021. And my brother and my sister and I made a vow that the day after her memorial that we would quit smoking, all three of us, because she had severe COPD, and that was one of the many contributing factors to her death was
Mm-hmm.
COPD.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so we vowed never to smoke again, and unfortunately, I was the only one that kept that vow. But I haven't smoked since August 14th, 2021.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And I look back at it and like I've been around smokers and like I'm not judgmental because I was a smoker. I know it's a decision and it's an individual decision, so I'm not judgmental, but like they stink.
They do.
Smoking stinks
It does.
so freaking bad. And honestly, it's really annoying when you're traveling with someone and they have to stop and smoke every hour. And like I traveled with someone and they were a smoker, and every single time in the summer that we would stop for, because I never smoked in my vehicles and I never allowed it and I
Yeah.
never will. Um, every time we stopped at like a construction zone, they'd get out, light a cigarette, and then hop back in
And you
when
stink.
they turn the sign. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, you have to get out at a freaking like you become a slave to this substance,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I just when I seen that as a non-smoker, I was like, oh my God, I acted like that. I did that. I was that person
And
that
then,
made everybody wait for me.
right? And then let's add the price. I mean, today a pack of smokes is 25 bucks.
Oh, it's
I don't
disgusting.
know how anybody can afford to smoke.
No, a friend of mine yesterday was out of smokes and he was like really nicking out. And I remember that feeling. And I was like, do you want me to buy you a pack of smokes? Like, you can pay me back on your payday. And he's like, that'd be so awesome. And I'm like, I handed him 15 bucks. And he's like, no. He's like, I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, they're like $25. And I'm like, for 20 cigarettes?
Yeah. Even the shitty brand ones are getting up there. They were 22, I think, last time I picked some
Yeah.
up for somebody. I was like, wow, that's crazy.
That is crazy. And I remember like there was a time in my life where I smoked a pack a day.
Mhm.
That's like 20 to $25 a day.
Yeah.
Do the math, people. Oh my
Right?
gosh, sorry Susie, you got me on a tangent.
It's true though, right? Yeah.
It
You don't
is.
realize how much you spend.
It's disgusting. Like do that math. If you're a smoker, if that is like if you're broke and you're a smoker, do the math. You
Yeah.
won't be broke no more.
No. No. Yeah, you can get those little apps the day you quit, and then it keeps track of how many smokes you didn't have and tell you how much money you've saved, eh?
Yeah, get the app. Get the app. Do it. Do
Hmm.
it. I encourage you because it is insane.
Yeah.
I did do the math one time, and this was at an average of $12 a pack because when I started smoking, cigarettes were like $8 a pack. And when I stopped smoking, I think they were like 15 or $16 a pack.
Hmm.
Actually, they might have been closer to 20. I don't know. Anyways, I did the math, and it was something like from the time it was the first time I quit. I think it was when I was pregnant with my youngest or my oldest. Anyway, I did the math and it was not that long. It was like $90,000
Hmm.
in that couple year span.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
I could have that's a more than a down payment on most houses nowadays.
Hmm.
You
Yeah,
know, that's insane.
yeah.
Yeah.
Buy yourself a new vehicle with that.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's crazy, eh?
But
Yeah.
if you think about every other substance too, like it's
Mm.
not just smoking. I can honestly say that I have had a food addiction and I battle it all the time, trying to tell myself that I don't need to buy that junk food and I don't need to buy that and this and that. It's actually addicting. The dopamine response that most people get from having those highly processed sugars
Oh yeah, totally.
and carbohydrates, like it is just as addicting as smoking.
Hmm.
I actually had an easier time saying no to cigarettes when I quit smoking than I do saying no to a burger from A&W or something. Not to trash A&W. Don't take that the wrong way. I love A&W. I'm
Yeah,
just saying like it's that highly processed, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Add the wheat, add the gluten. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
There's nothing natural in any of those foods.
No, no.
No, I don't
Unfortunately.
even think it's real meat to be honest.
Well, I know Wendy's is. They tell me. I know people that work there, and it is.
Oh, that's good. That's
Mhm.
good to know. Okay, well maybe we'll switch to Wendy's.
Right?
Yeah, but I mean, so there's that, and then there's alcohol. A
Yeah,
lot of people in my life have created that addiction for themselves,
yeah,
you know? And it's awful how it will take hold, just like smoking, just like food. You know, that's why My 600 Pound Life is a TV show.
Hmm.
You know, it's because food is a real addiction.
Oh yeah.
And these substances, they're meant to distract us
Hmm.
from truly creating our ideal lives. Like,
And
that's
health.
just my
Yeah.
opinion. And
Yeah.
health.
Oh,
Yeah.
totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're making zillions off it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
They are 100%. And like, I just looked at, like, I actually had Chat GPT to run the numbers because I was not spending that many hours Googling. But there are so many countries, Finland, Switzerland, I can't think of the other ones off the top of my head, but that don't allow 90% of the products that North America puts into our food.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Like, it's just not allowed.
Yeah.
There's not one fast food chain in Belize.
Hmm.
Not one.
Yeah.
There are people that are celiac here in North America that can go over to Italy and Greece and over into like the European unions and like Paris, wherever, and they can eat wheat.
Eating the food. Yeah.
They don't have that allergy anymore
No.
or that immune condition. Like, it's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah. We're overloaded with chemicals.
Yeah. But you know what the positive is that of that is a lot of us are actually seeing,
Hmm.
and things are changing. Things are changing. I am seeing change. I noticed like personally looked at butter. Butter is super expensive right now. I don't know why we don't all just make it. It's so easy to make. Um, but if you purchase the name brand butter, there's like
Hmm.
7 ingredients. I don't know why butter needs to be 7 ingredients, but anyways, and when you buy the no name brand version, at least at our grocery store, I'm not going to go with brand names because I've already trumped on A&W here. um but the other brand is only 3 ingredients: cream, salt, and then there's a stabilizer in there,
Hmm.
like what was it, not guar gum, some other one,
Hmm.
but that was it. Three
Yeah.
ingredients. So why can't all of our food just be those simple ingredients? You know, McDonald's French fries in the US are 13 ingredients. McDonald's French fries in Europe are 3: potato, oil, and salt.
Yeah. Right.
Right? So there are changes happening. It is catching on. It is coming back. And, you know, the more and more that we push for healthy food and the more and more we stop buying these chemicals, we're going to find more and more prosperity in our lives
Yes.
because our mindsets are going to shift from addiction to choice and creation.
That's right. That's right. That's
Yeah,
right. Ah.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And just for our listeners, just so you know, I created that I wanted to be closer to my Susie and my other friends up in the north. And it looks like I'm going to get the opportunity to do that for most of the summer. So I'm really, 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 really happy to say that creation works.
Oh, it
And what you
does.
think about,
It
you do
does.
bring about.
Exactly. Yeah. What you think
Yeah.
about, you bring about. So be careful what you're thinking about.
Yeah.
Well, some of the stuff you don't want, right?
Yeah. And there's like a psychological switch in your brain, by the way, guys,
Hmm.
when you force a smile. So if you wake up and you're feeling off and you feel like you're going to have a bad day, stop, take that moment to look yourself in the mirror, like Susie said, and tell yourself you love you, and then force a smile.
Yeah.
Because that once there's literally a psychological like
Yeah.
connection
It's a
between the
switch.
smile
Yeah. It's a switch.
and your
Flipping a switch.
mindset. And when you choose to smile, you will choose to have a better day. I promise you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Same as when you go into a conversation or something, right? I mean, if you go in there with a scowl, or go in there with a smile,
Yeah.
it it totally makes a difference on
Yeah.
presentation and the whole energy, just the energy simply of it,
Yeah.
simply just the energy of it.
Well, and hey, like something we were trained on, and I did anyways, from years and years of customer service, but in our business, we are trained that when we're calling someone to take a moment, get into a good headspace,
Yeah,
think with intention of what we want to happen in that phone call, and
and
smile.
smile.
They
Yeah.
can't see you, but smiling changes
Oh, changes the whole
the
conversation, changes
tone
the
of your
energy.
voice and it changes the tone of the conversation.
Yeah, yeah. When I worked at reception and at the medical clinic years ago, that we did a phone etiquette course, and that was the first thing. Hand on the phone, smile, then pick it up and say hello,
Yeah,
right? And we did it just in play, and yeah, you can really tell the difference. You can
absolutely.
really tell the difference whether that person is smiling or not.
Yeah, 110%. And your yawns are contagious. I was
Yeah,
not yawning.
really.
I'm boring Susie over here.
No, it was a late night. It was late night. It was late night.
Yeah. You had your grandbaby, right?
Oh yeah, and then I end up staying up later than her because I got things to do,
Yeah.
planned for the day.
Yeah. I know with my husband going back to work, I'm like, I've had it so easy the last couple of months. I have to share with our listeners, like, he's been home because he had finished a project and seen it to fruition, right? And so then he got laid off because the project is over. And so then he goes back on the job board and he waits for the next thing to come up. And he's been home, and it's been such a blessing because he's done the driving to school. In the evenings, he always spoils me by pre-setting the coffee, so in the morning the coffee's made, and he maintains the hot tub and the yard, and he's been doing the shoveling all winter, and so I've just been focusing on you know things that I like to do. Like, so I like to post on social media. I like to do my podcast. I like to do my business. And then I love to spend time with the family around that. And I've had the opportunity to just have all of that and not have to do it myself. And now he's going back to work, and I'm like, oh.
At least it's summer. There's no snow to shovel.
Yeah, no snow to shovel. And what's really great about it is I get to get back into my routine, which honestly has in the past made me way more productive. Um, so I get the opportunity to, be a little bit more scheduled and a little bit more regimented. And I think that will not be a bad thing for me. But I am sad because he's going back to work, and I've really enjoyed having him home. And yeah, but that's why we're going to get to go up north, is because once
Yep,
Jackson is out of school and some things are caught up around here and set up, I'm going to go up north and I'm going to hang out with them. And I get to have that summer that I actually wanted. So, I mean, that's great too.
that is. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Yeah, it's gonna
And
be awesome having
333
you
on the
closer.
clock. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah, I noticed that too. 333. Yep,
So
the
that's awesome.
coding.
Hmm. There's those codes. I told you.
Yeah,
Everything is energy and frequency, and everything is
yeah.
numbers. And when you are looking for the right signs will show up.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Here's your sign.
Yeah. That's actually like yesterday. Oh, this is gonna get me emotional, and we're gonna go over time, and I don't care. When I first started in the financial services industry, I I met Susie online, and we told you this on the last show. So was having a little prayer, and my prayers were answered, right? And I believe that truly wholeheartedly, the randomly generated and agent code that I got was my mother's birthday, 2169, April 21st, 1969, right? And it's a randomly generated code. And I knew in that moment that this is the path that I'm meant to be on, right? That was just confirmation that you're on track. Yesterday, I submitted an insurance policy to the underwriters for a client. And I'm not going to tell you the first four digits because those policy numbers are private. But I submitted this policy, and these numbers are also random. But the last six digits, and there's a couple missing that I'm not going to share. But, anyways, it was 21 1969
Hmm. Yeah.
is the, you know, like, how much more confirmation does a person need to know that they're on in the right place at the right time on the right path?
They don't. You got it.
I didn't need any more confirmation.
No.
That was so much confirmation for me that I'm doing the right thing and I'm working with integrity and authenticity and, you know, being the right person for these people, that I have so much motivation to keep going. Like, it's just incredible that that happened for me.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. And you guys, confirmation is everywhere.
No, I'm with
And
that.
and if you're unsure, like, just ask.
Yep, that's right. And
Just ask.
you don't have to ask anybody in particular. Just ask in
Just
here.
ask. Just say, like, universe, creator, God, almighty, angels, whoever the heck you believe in, whatever you believe in,
Mhm.
ask.
Yeah.
And you will get confirmation and you will get guidance if you're unsure. Because there have
Yeah.
been many, many, many times in my life that I've been unsure.
Oh yeah. We all, and there's probably still going to be many more times that we will, right?
A
Because
hundred percent.
that's also too. Yeah, there is the cause and effect, and there is negative and positive. You have to have a little bit of both, right?
It's called
You can't be
duality.
all. Yeah, you can't be all negative. You can't be all positive. You have to find that central and go for it.
Yeah. That's duality. That's flow. That's
Yeah.
yin and yang. Again, it comes down to what you believe in, but
Yeah.
it's there. It's in every
Yeah.
culture. It's in all
Yeah.
of
It doesn't.
history.
It's all the same. It doesn't matter what you call it.
Yeah.
Everybody calls it something different, but really, in reality, it is the same energy and
Yeah.
frequency.
A
It's
hundred
just
percent.
how we ask for it.
Exactly. I remember my son's girlfriend and I at the time were going for a drive and we needed confirmation of, I can't even remember what it was, but we asked, we said, okay, if we see a bright blue truck, and not a bright blue pickup truck, but like a bright blue unique truck that you don't see every day on this 1 hour drive in remote rural northern BC,
Hmm.
then we will go this direction. Okay. If we see this blue truck,
Hmm.
I'm not joking when we said, I'm not joking. The first truck we seen was a Super B semi truck, bright ass blue with a bright ass blue tarp load. And I was like, okay, well, that's not a just plain pickup truck. I better take that.
Yeah.
We seen 16 more. Not semi trucks, but pickup trucks and dump trucks and literally every kind of freaking blue truck that you could think of
In an hour. Crazy.
in an hour. 16 of them.
Yeah.
So when I say ask, ask.
Yeah. And prepared to get the answer and see it.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
will. You'll get it.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah. You have to be watchful of those things. That's for sure.
Yeah. But that comes back to intuition, that comes back to creation, that comes back to all of the things that we've talked about.
Yeah.
And so, you know, to finalize our uh, episode today, I encourage anyone who is struggling with a decision to ask for an answer and guidance. I also encourage you to say I love you to yourself
Mm.
and put a smile on your face and reach out to Susie or I if you have any questions or if you want to dive deeper for yourself, because there are many things that both Susie and I have done and gone through in our lives to get to the places where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
And I know for myself, I'm more than willing to share those things because they may not all work for someone, but maybe one or two things can change your life. So I love you all.
Yes.
Thank you for listening. As always, subscribe and follow to support our journey in supporting you. And I can't wait to have Susie on the podcast again. This has
Mm-hmm.
been such a pleasure. And I feel like our message is going to get to the right person at the right time and change a few lives.
That's right. Yeah. It's out there.
It is.
It's out there.
And I love that you got me on a couple tangents today. That was great.
Awesome. It was an easy day today. I hardly had to talk.
I had all the things to say. Thank you.
You're welcome. I just supported you.
Awesome.
I'll
Yeah.
hold you up.
Awesome. Let's hold each other up. I love you all, and I hope you have a beautiful week. Talk to you next week. Bye.